to 19%. Meanwhile, Korea's market share did inch up from 12 to 19%. The U.S. was no longer on the map. It's important to note that during this period, and particularly the boom years of the early 2000s, many new shipyards were established, although these were mainly in China. You did see some appear in Korea and Turkey, and meanwhile, countries that had previously been absent from the international shipbuilding scene, such as India, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, opened new shipyards to cope with the demand for the lower prices. These attempts were unfortunately largely unsuccessful, and most of the new yards disappeared in the aftermath of the Great Recession. Consequently, global shipbuilding capacity was almost halved between 2010 and 2020. That brings us to the last chart here. Since 2010, China has consolidated its place as the world's dominant shipbuilder. And by the end of 2025, it held a 60% share of annual deliveries, compared to 17% for Japan, 14% for Korea, 5% for Europe, and 5% for the rest of the world. Now, one of the things that's really important to note on those percentages, because it's not conveyed in those charts, is the growth of the size of the global fleet. The world fleet increased tremendously, and one of the things that China has capitalized on is the expansion of that global fleet. The percentage that they have grabbed, and more of it from year to year. If you look at the number of ships being built in Japan and South Korea today compared to just a few years ago, their market share is markedly lower. However, the number of ships and size of ships is about the same. The United States has been a really interesting player in this. Back in the 1980s, the U.S. made a conscious decision